It was noontime today in the center of Beijing when a man walked to the middle of the Avenue of Eternal Peace.
All right, welcome back to the Survival and Basic Badass Podcast wrap up. Um, so I appreciate you guys toughing it out there. I know it can be a little rough when I have the nobody to bounce ideas off of. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get some of you guys on the speed dial that I can call in a pinch and have you join me on the show because that's really going to be the answer. Because that's it. I try and be consistent. I try and get it where I can knock out the show every week and have it with you guys. And that's what it's all about. I yell at Kevin because I'm like, you got to be more committed. But that's how it goes sometimes. Anyway, that's it. I always feel like you guys have the big side conversation. I'm not even sure I need to be here because you always have the ongoing comments on the side, and who knows. I What I would say is that the wife was telling me you have that guy from Parks and Recreation. Um, he ends up has that where he's sitting by the fire, like the Yule log thing, and he sits by the fire drinking whiskey. And the wife was like, "Yeah, you and Kevin should do an episode where you just sit and drink whiskey by a campfire and let the chat go on the side, and you could just put that up once a week and let everybody hash out all the arguments and the fun. And maybe that would be the trick, right?" And I don't know. I think you guys would enjoy it. It seems like you have more exciting conversation than what I provide going on in the comments. And hey, but the modern world, right? We all take the good that we find, and that's it. Yeah, slow burn would be down. But yeah, no, I will say I do need to get somebody on the speed dial, somebody who's got a some kind of camera to do this, your PC camera, laptop camera, whatever, and some kind of way to record audio that, is reasonable. I gotta say, the iPhone headset works pretty great. When I do interviews with people and they're like, "Well, I don't have a good mic or whatever." I'm like the old school iPhone headphones that you can just plug in work pretty awesome for giving good audio. I think I had crappy audio last week because I was a little too close to the microphone. It was like this all week, and it ended up bad. I don't know. I wanted to get comfortable and sit back, and I think I messed stuff up. Yeah, when you have the new fancy iPhones, they have the weird plug on the bottom, and it's hard to go to a PC. I don't know. I think this stuff, the Restream that we use to record with, doesn't do phone. They have to have a laptop, but it's possible that it's changed technology since I've checked into it. I'll have to look if there's an app for Restream or whatever that I can download. Um, But yeah, no, so is that right? I don't know if you guys heard, but yeah, I was saying maybe we need where me and Kevin just sit around a campfire drinking whiskey, right? Is that something you guys you could have your ongoing chat on the side and have your own world without us. We'll just enjoy it. Be even better if we could follow along in the chat. That's always the thing is I'm so distracted trying to be focused and coherent that reading the comments on the side, it's like I can barely handle the conversations in my head, let alone the conversation on the side and in my head at the same time, and get all the thoughts that I wanted to. I spend like all week. All right, well, how about we talk about this? How about we, coming up with a plan? I really do. I always kind of feel like, man, I'm like, I know what a pastor goes through, trying to put together that effective 30 minutes or 45 minutes that's actually going to be worth somebody's time. I try and treat it as valuable. I really do. I don't like to give up my time unless I get value out of it. And I try and ensure that I'm going to give you guys value. That you're going to have at least some takeaway where, and it's okay that it's just entertainment sometimes. And I know that, a lot of times that is what it is. We've kind of, covered all the topics, but I try and always have something new, something to bring to you that you didn't have before, or some new insight. Yeah, the book is it's a series of 3 books, that Once Upon Apocalypse. It's hang on, I'll pull it up because I've been throwing it in the phone. It's definitely, the guys, it's more like wholesome than a lot of them. Once Upon an Apocalypse, and I think there's 3 books. It kind of looks like that. That doesn't focus well at all, but I don't know. Anyway, it looks like that. Yeah, it says book 1, The Journey Home. I think there's 3 books. I've been through it a few times. I really like, there's a guy, Mark Goodwin. I do a lot of his book series, and I think he's awesome. Uh, and like I said, we're going to talk to the Angry American from Going Home. It's definitely a fun book series. Honestly, it kind of gets overwhelming for me because I can never figure out which book in which order of the series. But I got to say, the way I've jumped into it, it's never been a problem, which makes me think that all the books kind of stand on their own. It's just you end up with the same characters. And so we'll talk to him about that and get there, because yeah, he's at book 12, and that's like, whoa, that's amazing. I can't imagine pulling off something that awesome. But writing 12 books like that and being that, committed to it. So no, I'm excited. He put out a podcast, and I was like, ooh, I need to reach out to that guy. And it was funny, before I even got around to it, he had messaged me. Yeah, I saw one of you guys messaged me about, which ones I was listening to, and I didn't get back on Messenger about what other channels I'm watching. And to be honest, dude, I don't even know. I don't pay attention to the names. Like, I am watching other guys, right? There's a bunch of other ones out there that I'm watching, but the name of the channel, I'm like, I don't know. I know I see that Canadian prepper guy sometimes, and I see that bear guy. He's always like, seems so intense. And then he kind of makes light of it all the time. He's like, yeah, well, it's like this. And then he's like, because some guys are really intense, but he's like always got that intense level going. And but hey, he's got a way bigger following than me. It's funny because we do so well on the podcast. And I think, one, because I swear like a sailor, and 2, I don't give a damn about talking about, I don't have any reservations about talking about guns, or the jab, as they say, right? Any of these things, they don't seem to, I don't think twice about saying anything that's, considered fake news by the crazy world. So because of that, I think YouTube just hammers me. I like to tell myself that anyway, because I can't figure out how some of these other channels, I'm not like 10 times them on YouTube. But, and I don't mean the ones I mentioned. I'm just saying, some of the channels I see out there. Don't misunderstand me. There's a lot of great guys out there putting out a lot of great content, and they do a lot better job editing video and putting in time and committing to stuff. So, don't misread what I'm saying. I'm just saying, I feel like I put out some good stuff, and I feel like I'm surprised that our channel isn't, more. But like I said, I think it could be that I'm a little reckless with my mouth, and I sometimes get into trouble. So anyway, appreciate you guys toughing out the after show. And yeah, I would say we'll see you guys next week, or Tuesday if you make it. All right, hang in there. Appreciate it.